In the heart of Umuduru, a wealthy and respected village in West Africa, Chief Okezi ruled with a heavy hand. He was feared more than loved, not for injustice but for arrogance. His compound was grand, his word was law, and his wives were many. But none was more envied than Lolo Nkem, his youngest wife, stunning, graceful, and cold as morning dew. Little did anyone know Lolo Nkem had a secret, one that would bring the entire village to its knees. Living in the servants' quarters was a humble maid, Ngozi, and her 22-year-old son Ibub, a quiet, strong young man who had returned from the city after university, struggling to find work. While the villagers saw him as just another poor boy, Lolo Nkem saw something else. Late at night, she would find excuses to call him. Bring me water, fix the lantern, carry this basket. Then one night she didn't just call him, she kissed him. From that night on, everything changed. It began with whispers. Nkem seen smiling at the boy. Ibub walking out of her hut too late, a scarf left behind. Then came the day she gave him a gold bracelet, the chief's bracelet. Ngozi warned her son, but Ebube was lost in her charm and promise. She says she loves me, Mama. She says she'll leave him for me. You're playing with fire, Ngozi whispered, and fire never loves the one who plays with it. Chief Okezi returned from a trip to find chaos. His most prized possession, the village staff of wealth made of ivory and gold, symbolizing unity and power, was missing. A frantic search began, but it was too late. Lolo Nkem had vanished, so had Ibub, and the treasure. The village erupted. Elders were stunned, women hissed in shame, men threatened war. The chief's wife stole the sacred treasure with a servant's son. It was beyond disgrace. It was sacrilege. Chief Okezi was humiliated. For the first time in his life, he wept. Far away in a coastal town, Lolo Nkem and Ebuba lived in a rented villa, dripping in stolen gold and guilt. She was free but paranoid. He was rich but lost. They no longer smiled. They no longer kissed. The thrill was gone and only silence remained. One night, Ibub looked her in the eye and asked, "Why did you do it?" She answered, "Because I was tired of being just one of his wives. I wanted to own something for once." Ibub finally saw her not as a lover, but as a thief. Back in Umuduru, Ngozi, heartbroken and ashamed, went to the Council of Ancients. She confessed her son's mistake, but begged for mercy. The council said only one thing: bring back the treasure, or live with a curse on your lineage. Desperate, she set out to find her son. Ngozi arrived in the city and found Ebube, thinner and broken. She didn't hug him. "I came for the staff," she said coldly. "If you ever loved this land, give it back." Ebube wept. "She sold it." "What?" "She lied. She sold it to a white collector for $50,000. She said we'd start over." Ngozi slapped him, not out of rage, but out of pain. Ibub, filled with guilt, returned to Umuduru and fell to his knees in front of Chief Okezi. "I wronged you. I wronged our people. I will get it back, even if it takes my life." The chief looked at the boy, then at Ngozi behind him, her eyes swollen with shame and love. "You have one moon cycle. If you return with the staff, your head will remain on your neck." Ibub traveled to the neighboring country where the collector lived. He posed as an art seller, tricked his way into the man's house, and stole back the staff of wealth. The collector called the police. But Ibubi was already across the border. He arrived in Umuduru just before sunrise. Ibubi handed the staff to the chief.
The people gasped, the drums roared, women ululated, children danced. Chief Okezi took the staff, raised it to the sky, then, in an act of mercy, forgave him. You lost your way, but you found our truth. Ebubi and his mother were restored to honor, while Lolonkem's name was erased from every story scroll. This story teaches us that power gained through deception will always crumble. But the courage to admit your wrongs is the first step to redemption. In today's society, where image, wealth, and lust often cloud judgment, integrity and humility remain timeless values. Like, share, and subscribe for more juicy stories.